guys, and welcome to this video. Today we're actually in San Francisco and we're super excited because our plan today is actually to go visit Alcatraz. I've lived here in the Bay Area for about 8 years now and I've never been, but obviously it's a really big tourist spot. And I've actually heard that it's really easy to get to Alcatraz from San Francisco. So today in this video, I do want to show you guys how we get to Alcatraz, what the whole process is, getting tickets and all of those things, plus what we can do when we're actually on the island. And then hopefully you can add Alcatraz to your list of things to do when you're in San Francisco. We're now here at Pier 33. This is where the Alcatraz City cruise ships leave from. You can kind of see, I think there's one right there in the background. They have a sign that says what the next available time is for tickets, and it says tomorrow. So first and foremost, get your tickets. We got them online and it was like super easy to buy. You choose what time you want to take the ferry going to Alcatraz, and then once you're there, you pretty much just take whatever ferry is available to come back. So we chose the 105 and it tells you to be here about 30 minutes before that. So it's 12:30 now. They have bathrooms after you get through security. And yeah, one quick note is that when you go through security, they say no food or drink allowed, but they didn't necessarily check bags, so I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. But they do say that there is also food and drinks available on the ferry. There's actually a QR code up front here that you can scan if you want, and you can pre-order your food, and then the food will be available on the ferry once you get on there. That's one thing to think about, especially if you're going around lunchtime like this. Either, you know, you get something on the ferry or eat beforehand and then come over here. But yeah, now we're gonna actually go head over. We're gonna line up and we'll wait and see you guys on the ferry. We just got off the ferry, and right when you get off, there's actually a park ranger who was kind of giving some information, really cool, like little bits of information about the area down there. Now we're on our way to, I think, the main cell block. We're gonna go up and then we're gonna do the self-guided audio tour as well. So we'll see you guys up there. Be prepared for a lot of incline to get to the main jailhouse. just finished with the audio tour, and honestly it was like really cool. It was about like 30 to 40 minutes depending like how long it takes for you, because you could also pause it if you did want to spend a little bit more time in some other sections. At the end of the audio tour there's also a bookstore, so we got a magnet that we usually always get anytime that we visit places. Now we're on our way to the Lighthouse, so let's go check that out. So now that we're finished with the audio tour, we went to go see the Lighthouse, and there wasn't really much to see around there, but it is kind of cool to look at. You see really good views of the city. There's a lot of birds around here, so if you hear them in the background, that's why. But yeah, there's a few other areas around this place that we want to just kind of check out. There's like other small exhibits that are spread out across the area. And then from there, once we're done, we're pretty much going to head back down. And then probably the next time I'll check in with you guys, we'll be back on the boat on our way back to the mainland. So we'll see you guys then. We're back now, and yeah, overall the whole experience was like 3 hours from our ferry ride going there, and then by the time that we got back it's now 4:15. The biggest thing honestly was the audio tour, so make sure to go in and get in line to get your audio tour supplies, because there were some people who maybe they didn't realize that there was an audio tour and it seemed like they were just walking around without the headphones. So you get a lot more information and a lot more context if you do the audio tour, so make sure to do that.
I would personally do an earlier tour, just because I don't know if it's just it's a Sunday, but the bookstore, like the gift shop, closed. Like,
yeah, it was already closed pretty early by like 3 p.m. So yeah, come earlier if you want. And by the time that we got back here, there were no more boats going over there. So if you can, get an earlier time slot. But yeah, Pier 33 where it's at is like super close to Pier 39, obviously. And this is where a lot of the other things here in San Francisco are. So we're on our way there. I think I'm going to end the video here, and I'll actually have some other clips of what else we end up doing. So see ya.